From the outside, NCIS always looked like the perfect machine. It had the action, the wit, the chemistry, and a loyal fan base that stuck with it through decades of cases. But for those who followed closely, one thing kept breaking the illusion: the sudden, shocking departures of its stars. Characters who felt like family would vanish overnight, sometimes in violent storylines, sometimes with barely an explanation at all. Fans were left reeling, asking the same questions every time. Why? Was it their choice? Was it politics? Was it burnout? Or something darker? The truth is, every exit carried its own story. Some heartbreaking, some frustrating, some inspiring, and some that revealed the hidden cracks in Hollywood's polished surface. These were never just characters disappearing. They were real people, making impossible decisions, fighting battles far away from the cameras. And once you know the truth, it's impossible to look at the show the same way again. When NCIS began, Sasha Alexander's Caitlin Kate Todd was more than just another agent. She was balance. She softened Gibbs's gruffness. She kept DiNozzo's antics in check, and she anchored the team with intelligence and composure. Fans saw her as someone who would be there for the long run, until she wasn't. After only 2 seasons, Kate was brutally killed by a sniper's bullet in a moment that stunned millions. The loss wasn't just shocking, it felt cruel. But behind the scenes, Sasha Alexander was at her breaking point. The NCIS filming schedule was relentless. Grueling 17-hour days stretched across most of the year. Coming off other demanding projects, she simply couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't scandal. It wasn't ego. It was exhaustion. She asked to leave, honestly and quietly, and the producers respected her decision. But they also knew Kate couldn't just slip away. Her farewell had to be unforgettable, and so they crafted her shocking death scene. It was violent, devastating, and iconic, cementing her character in TV history. For fans, it was the first painful lesson that NCIS could take anyone at any time. Lauren Holly's Jenny Shepard entered the show with authority, instantly shaking up the team's dynamic. She wasn't just a boss, she had history with Gibbs, adding intrigue and tension. Originally intended for only a handful of episodes, the character became a staple because fans connected with her. But over time, Shepard's role grew stagnant. Week after week, she was stuck in the same office, giving the same orders. For Holly, who thrived on challenging material, it became uninspiring. And when showrunner Don Belisario left, the spark she once had for the role faded completely. She wasn't angry or bitter. She was just done. She left, calling the role boring, and the writers gave her a fittingly dramatic exit. Shepard went down fighting, killed in a hail of bullets. It was explosive, emotional, and unforgettable. But behind the curtain, it was simply an actress choosing growth over repetition. Cote de Pablo's Ziva David, on the other hand, left fans gutted. She wasn't just a replacement for Kate. She was something entirely new. Ziva was fierce, unpredictable, and deeply human. She carried pain, trauma, and resilience, and her chemistry with DiNozzo lit up the screen. She became the soul of the show. So when she vanished in season 11 with no build-up, fans were blindsided. Even the cast admitted they were caught off guard. At first, Cote kept quiet, calling it a personal decision. But later, she revealed the real reason: respect. She felt the writers were stripping away Ziva's complexity, reducing her to something flat and unworthy of the character she had built for 8 years. She walked away not because she wanted to, but because she refused to betray the integrity of the role. For viewers, her absence left a scar that never fully healed. The magic of Tony and Ziva, the slow burn, the spark, was broken, and though she returned briefly years later, it was never the same. Michael Weatherly's Tony DiNozzo was the show's heart and humor for over a decade. He cracked jokes, carried emotional weight, and made the team feel alive. But after 13 seasons and more than 300 episodes, Weatherly was worn out. It wasn't drama or scandal, it was simple fatigue. He felt DiNozzo's story had run its course. His exit was one of the gentlest in NCIS history. Tony discovered he had a daughter with Ziva and left to raise her. It was bittersweet, a farewell that honored the character's legacy. But Weatherly's career after NCIS was complicated. He starred in CBS's Bull, only to face controversy after actress Eliza Dushku accused him of inappropriate on-set behavior. CBS settled with her for millions, and though Weatherly apologized, his reputation took a hit. Even so, fans never stopped hoping he'd return to NCIS, dropping hints and holding on to dreams of a DiNozzo and Ziva reunion. Then came the most painful loss for many: Abby Sciuto. Paulie Perrette made Abby more than just a forensic scientist. She made her the heart of the show. With her gothic style, pigtails, and endless energy, Abby was beloved across generations. So when Perrette announced her departure after 15 years, fans were stunned. At first, it seemed like a natural end, but her cryptic social media posts soon revealed something darker. She wrote of multiple physical assaults and hinted she had been silenced. Reports linked her troubles to Mark Harmon, specifically an incident involving his dog biting a crew member and ongoing tensions afterward. Whatever the full truth, Perrette made it clear she no longer felt safe. Her final episodes gave Abby a heroic exit, but her parasol left behind in the lab felt symbolic of what she endured and what she left unsaid. Other exits were quieter, but still telling. Jennifer Esposito's Alex Quinn was introduced with promise, but disappeared almost as quickly, written out with a simple family excuse. Esposito later explained she always knew it was temporary. Dwayne Henry's Clayton Reeves was built up with plans, but after showrunner Gary Glasberg's sudden death, his future unraveled. Reeves was killed protecting Abby, leaving fans devastated. Emily Wickersham's Ellie Bishop, who grew into her own after years of skepticism, left suddenly too, this time by choice, to focus on motherhood. There was no bitterness, just a reminder that sometimes life matters more than fame. NCIS New Orleans added its own stories of exits. Shalita Grant's Sonia Percy left suddenly, amid rumors of behind-the-scenes conflicts she never confirmed. Zoe McClellan's Meredith Brody was written out after 2 seasons, but later reports revealed the ugly truth. CBS chief Les Moonves allegedly dismissed her for not being fuffable enough. It was a cruel, sexist abuse of power, and it marked one of the franchise's darkest scandals. In contrast, Lucas Black's Chris LaSalle left by choice. After 6 seasons, he decided to focus on his wife and children. His on-screen death was heartbreaking, but his reason was simple: family first. And then there was Miguel Ferrer. As Owen Granger on NCIS Los Angeles, he embodied quiet strength and authority. But off-screen, Ferrer was battling throat cancer. Rather than step away, he kept acting, folding his real struggle into Granger's story. Fans saw the pain, the rasp in his voice, the courage in his eyes. In 2017, Ferrer passed away, and the show honored him with a haunting tribute, featuring his own band performing "Knockin' on Heaven's Door." It was raw, heartbreaking, and unforgettable. His death wasn't just another exit, it was a reminder of the humanity behind the screen. Each departure told a different story. Sasha Alexander left because exhaustion consumed her. Lauren Holly left because monotony killed her passion. Cote de Pablo left because respect was taken from her. Michael Weatherly left because he was tired. Paulie Perrette left because safety was gone. Jennifer Esposito left because her role was never meant to last. Dwayne Henry left because his creative champion died. Emily Wickersham left because family came first. Shalita Grant left quietly, with questions unanswered. Zoe McClellan left because of abuse of power. Lucas Black left because he chose his loved ones over fame. Miguel Ferrer left because illness gave him no choice. Together, their stories revealed the truth behind NCIS, a show built on stability but carried by fragile human lives. For fans, every exit was a wound, every goodbye a reminder that no matter how untouchable a character may seem, no one is ever truly safe.